Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Lawrence Welk Show, celebrating more than 50 years on television. Now sit back and enjoy the show, selected especially for public television.
Hello, I'm Norma Zimmer, and welcome to an exciting hour of wonderful hit songs from our 20th Century Songbook of Shows, Chapter 1968. You will be amazed how well these songs have aged. There isn't a wrinkle on them. Wish I could say the same for myself. Speaking of aging, so many of you have written to me and asked for some of my secrets, so I'd like to share some of them with you. The first thing I do every morning is to put a smile on my face, and that immediately lifts my spirits. Then I thank God for another day and tell myself, I feel wonderful. Today I'm going to be happy. Then I do a few yoga stretches right after I get out of bed. My husband Randy and I love to eat simple foods, lots of fruits and vegetables. Our breakfast is a cereal of oats and golden flax, whole milk, fresh fruit, and herbal tea. After breakfast, we're off for an hour of hiking on our mountain trails. And during the winter, we're off to the ski slopes. Randy introduced me to fruit and vegetable juices years ago, and I try to prepare fresh juices every day, especially carrot juice. Those fresh juices really feed your body and give you boundless energy. And by the way, girls, they do help to keep you looking younger. On rare occasions, we visit a fine restaurant and indulge in some goodies, but that's not for us on a daily basis. But the most important thing, I think, is to have a positive and joyous attitude, and it helps to have a great sense of humor. Here's a man who always encouraged us to keep smiling inside and out, Mr. Lawrence Welk.
So much for this nice reception, my good friends, and welcome to another hour with our musical family. For our opening number this evening, we feature a double quartet, 4 pretty girls and 4 handsome boys. So let's get things started.
Thinking of just how much I love you. Love you. Thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking of things like a walk in the park. Things like a kiss in the dark. Things like a sailboat ride. Yeah, yeah.
What about the night we cried?
Things like a lover's vow. Things that we don't do now. Thinking about the things we used to do. I still can hear the jukebox softly playing, and the face I see each day belongs to you. Belongs to you.
Though there's not a single sound and there's nobody else around, there's just me thinking about things we used to do.
Thinking of things like a walk in the park. Things like a kiss in the dark. Things like a sailboat ride. Yeah, yeah.
What about the night we cried?
Things like a lover's vow. Things that we don't do now. Thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about the things we used to do.
for everyone but Charlie Parlato. Before we hear from the band, let's call on our lovely champagne lady, Norma Zimmer. We find Norma in a pretty outdoor setting for a song which is always one of her top requests.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree, a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray. A tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain, whose are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
A beautiful song, and as always, a fine performance by Norma. Here's one of the songs nominated for an Academy Award. We guessed right on this one when we put it in our new album, which is titled Love is Blue. From the picture Dr. Dolittle, we bring you the happy song, Talk to the Animals, and you'll notice that the animals are really taking over the music business.
case you were wondering just who those animals were, I'll let you in on the secret. Jack Imel was the marimba-playing gorilla, Myron was the accordionist lion, Bobby Burgess was the light brown dancing gorilla, and the goat pianist was none other than Bob Ralston. They were just great, and it's very hard to perform in those hot costumes. Randy and I have just lived through an animal and insect-filled summer, and believe me, it wasn't all fun and games. For 12 years, we've owned an old 40-acre horse ranch, and we finally made the decision to demolish the 42-stall barn, the 5/8-mile racetrack, the 28-gated horse paddocks, and a 40-foot-high hay barn. Well, the bids were so high that my husband Randy said, "I'll do it myself." So for the last 5 months, we've been living in a small wasp-infested cabin, which was covered with dust and cobwebs when we first saw it. All summer temperatures were in the triple digits every day, and there was no air conditioning, of course. Randy took 200 truckloads to the dump and spent hour after hour on his small tractor. The former tenants left a dozen chickens that ate our grass seed, a rooster that cock-a-doodle-doo all day long, and a dog that would snap at me every time I tried to pet him. So much for the glamorous life of a Champagne lady, right? But all I can say is we had to call on that sense of humor I mentioned before. And it certainly made us appreciate the comforts we have at home.
Tanya Falan, our 19-year-old singing discovery, has a pretty new dress and a pretty new ballad for your listening pleasure. I think you will enjoy the way Tanya sings Someone Wonderful.
All my life I hope someday someone wonderful would come my way, someone who would share my lips, thrill me to my fingertips. In my dreams each night I'd see someone wonderful make love to me. Then along came lonely dawn, I'd awake and find him gone. But one lucky starlit night, someone wonderful came into sight. Not a dream, but really true, and that someone dear was you. Now my heart is satisfied, someone wonderful is by my side, someone I've been waiting for, wonderful forevermore. But one lucky starlit night, someone wonderful came into sight. Not a dream, but really true, and that someone dear was you. Now my heart is satisfied, someone wonderful is by my side, someone I've been waiting for, wonderful
Isn't she wonderful? Most enjoyable, Tanya. Our musical supervisor, George Cates, was one of the writers of that very fine song. Cissy King and Bobby Burgess are two of the hardest working youngsters we have ever known. They've been extra busy this past week perfecting a dance routine to the music from the opera Carmen. Let's listen and let's watch. Wonderful. Cissy and Bobby got their inspiration for that dance from a recording by Herb Alpert. Sandi Jensen, the redhead, and Sally Flynn, the brunette, would like to sing a current favorite titled Windy. If you don't have a color TV set, Sandi is the one on your left.
Peeking out from under a stairway, calling a name that's lighter than air. Who's bending down to give you a rainbow? Everyone knows it's windy. Who's tripping down the streets of the city, smiling at everybody she sees? Who's reaching out to capture a moment? Everyone knows it's windy. And windy has stormy eyes that flash at the sound of lies. And windy has wings to fly above the clouds, above the clouds, above the clouds, above the clouds. Who's peeking out from under a stairway, calling a name that's lighter than air? Who's bending down to give you a rainbow? Everyone knows it's windy. And windy has stormy eyes that flash at the sound of lies. And windy has wings to fly above the clouds, above the clouds, above the clouds. Who's tripping down the streets of the city, smiling at everybody she sees? Who's reaching out to capture a moment? Everyone knows it's windy. Everyone knows it's windy. Everyone knows it's windy.
Sandy Griffith and Sally Hart are pretty as a picture, aren't they? And that's an expression I don't use lightly. Painting portraits is a hobby of mine, and it's something I encourage all of you to try. When I learned that Norman Rockwell, one of my favorite artists, worked from snapshots, I began to collect photos that would be fun to paint. I've found many subjects in magazines, and friends send me pictures of their relatives and children that might make a good painting. Here are a few of the paintings I've been working on the past few years. This darling little girl I found in a newspaper. She was in black and white, so I made her a little blonde with a pretty pink towel around her. She hangs in my bathroom. And this little fellow is doing something I used to love to do, to hold my hand up to a bright light to see the blood and bones. And I found this lovely lady in a group of women and fell in love with her smile and her eyes. It was fun to do the little cameo too. If painting is something you'd like to try, take a few art classes or just read some how to paint art books. You'll never know how well you can paint until you try it. You should start looking for those fascinating faces right now.
Bob, you can give me some more of those songs. Very fine. The wonderful Mills brothers have been making hit records for many, many years, and they're still going as great as ever. Here's our own quartet, Bob Lido, Larry Hooper, Curt, Ramsey, and Charlie Parlato, with their version of the latest Mills brothers hit, Cab Driver.
Cab driver, drive by Mary's place. I just want a chance to see her face. Don't stop the meter, let it race. Cab driver, drive by Mary's place.
Cab driver, once more around the block. Never mind the ticking of the clock. I only wish we could have had a talk. Cab driver, once more around the block.
Cab driver, once more down the street. There's the little place we used to meet. That's where I laid my future at her feet. Cab driver, once more down the street. Cab driver, better take me home. I guess that I was meant to be alone. I hope God sends a loved one of my own. Cab driver, better take me home. Better take me home. Better take me home.
Well done, fellas. A real good blend. Myron Floren's solo this evening is a lively tune based on a familiar classical melody by Mozart. Let's listen to our happy Norwegian and the Turkish Rondo.
Seeing my longtime friend Myron Floren reminds me of the wonderful time Randy and I had in our hometown of Seattle this summer. We hadn't been home for a few years, so we decided to attend Randy's high school reunion and celebrate my birthday at the same time. About 50 classmates gathered at the beautifully decorated Elks Club, and the master of ceremonies had us doubled up with laughter as he recalled funny incidents over the years. Then, as we do each time we visit Seattle, we headed to the homes where we grew up. My small home had been remodeled, painted, and landscaped, but I still got choked up as we drove by. Randy helped his father build their beautiful home that overlooks Puget Sound. One can sit and watch the cargo ships, freighters, battleships, and ferries moving in the immense harbor 24 hours a day. It is just gorgeous night and day. That evening, we celebrated my birthday with a romantic candlelight dinner in a delightful restaurant, and it was a perfect ending for a fun-filled day. You might say we were close as pages in a book. The song I'm about to sing with another dear friend, Jimmy Roberts.
As pages in a book, my love and I, so close we can share a single look, share every sigh, so close that before I hear your laugh, my laugh breaks through.
When a tear starts to appear, my eyes grow misty too. Our dreams won't come tumbling to the ground. We'll hold them fast. Darling, as the strongest book is bound, we're bound to pages
poetry lovers.
I say, chaps, here's a nice literary couplet. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold. I can't stand porridge when it's 9 days old. Very good.
That is very good, but listen to this one. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. Come on, little buddy, and blow up a storm.
Marvelous.
Yes,
very
very
nice.
good. But listen to this one. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
But Moses, he noses his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be.
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. A Mose is a Mose.
A rose is a rose.
A toes is a toes.
Hoopty-doody-doody, Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he knows it, his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he knows it, his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. A rose is 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 what Moses supposes his toes is. It couldn't be a lily or a taffy taffy dilly. It's gotta be a rose cause it rhymes with Moses.
Moses, Moses, Moses.
Richard Rogers song by our quintet, with Steve Smith in the solo spot.
If they asked me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. I could write on how we met, so the world would never forget. And the simple secret of the part is just to tell them that I love you a lot. Then the world discovers as my book ends how to make two lovers of friends. Then the as my book ends, how to make two lovers
word I bet you haven't heard. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li, hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li, hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li, hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. Me father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li, hum-de-li-li-lum-de-li.
When the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say. But better use it carefully or it can change your life.
One night I said it to me girl, and now me girl's me wife.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I love the movie Mary Poppins, and it brings back memories of our little boys and their favorite Disney movies. I had a thrilling Mother's Day this year thanks to one of those little boys, our son Ron, who chose the Hotel Del Coronado in San Diego for a fabulous family party. He and his wife Candy hosted 22 relatives for brunch, and our grandchildren Kristen and Andrew were there to greet us with hugs and smiles. Kristen has graduated from Azusa Pacific College with a master's degree in education, and Andrew, even though he had a summer job, found time to help his grandfather on the demolition of the ranch. Our granddaughter Amanda couldn't be with us that day, but she is having the time of her life as a rodeo princess, riding in many Southland rodeos. The Hotel Del Coronado brunch tables were beautifully decorated, and the food was even more exquisite than the decor. Randy and I were overwhelmed at the double blessing of being together in such a marvelous place. After our splendid meal, we all wandered through the promenade deck overlooking the ocean and stopped to admire the famed dragon tree that was planted in 1887. We strolled through the fantastic history gallery on the lower level and learned that 14 U.S. presidents had visited the hotel, and it was a hideaway for the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Now, here's someone who had his own hideaway just a few miles away in Escondido.
Our Philadelphia colleen, Natalie Nevins, gets a chance to sing one of her favorite songs. A song about someone very, very special, Mr. Wonderful.
Why this feeling? Why this glow? Why the thrill when you say hello? It's a strange and tender magic you do, Mr. Wonderful. That's you.
They're very, very pretty. Art Duncan missed our show last week. He played the Date Festival in Indio, California. It's nice to have Art back again, and here he is. You played, huh?
Yes, I did.
And you brought me some dates back?
As a matter of fact, I forgot to bring anything back.
Well, next time you play the festival,
I'll get a double helping then.
Sure, thank you. Art Duncan. Wonderful young man. We invite you to join us for some window shopping. You never know what you might find in a department store window.
Pardon me, miss, but I've never done this with a real live girl. Straight off the farm with an actual armful of real live girl. Pardon me if your affectionate squeeze fogs up my goggles and buckles my knees. I'm simply drowned in the sight and the sound and the scent and the feel of a real live girl.
Nothing can beat getting swept off your feet by a real live boy. Nothing else charms like a waltz in the arms of a real live boy. Speaking of miracles, this must be it. Just when I started to learn how to knit, I'm all in stitches from finding what riches a waltz can reveal with a real live boy. I'm all in stitches from finding what riches a waltz can reveal with a real
The real live boy here with me is Mark, our youngest son.
Hi, Mom.
I'm I'm so happy he's able to be with us today because I wanted to show him off. He recently took the Body for Life Challenge and lost 25 pounds and over 6 inches in the waist. What's your secret, Mark?
Exercise is the secret. The combination of weightlifting and cardiovascular exercise has made me feel so much better that I feel years younger.
Mark loves living in Oklahoma City, enjoying wonderful entertainment the big city has to offer. However, he did overdo it recently.
I stayed too long at a noisy dance club without earplugs, and the result was permanent tinnitus or ringing in the ears. So I'm here to tell everyone that it is very important to protect your hearing.
Is it true that you found some relief for your problem with a change in your diet?
Yes, reducing salt, caffeine, and certain food additives has helped, in addition to exercise. But that was one night I should have stayed home and watched the Lawrence Welk show.
Well, Lawrence Welk believed in exercise too, but only on the golf course.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had the great pleasure of playing golf with the great Arnold Palmer last week in the Tucson Open. I can't tell you what an honor it was for me to play with this wonderful gentleman. Arnie played great golf for 17 holes, but I have a feeling that my champagne swing finally got to him. Because on the 18th hole, he hit 4 balls in the lake and took a 13. I took a 6, so I had the distinction of beating this great Arnold Palmer on 1 hole. Now we'll bring you one of the top tunes of the day from our Love is Blue album, the pretty song, Can't Take My Eyes Off You, and we invite you all to dance. And that was a Richard Mulvey arrangement. Now we present Lynn Anderson, the little lady we think is just about tops in the country music field. Lynn sings a song that is catching on very fast these days.
It's knowing you won't try to buy my freedom with some promise made of gold. But for you my door stays open and our love becomes a single one-way street. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that are dried upon some line. That keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory and keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said because they thought we'd been together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other man is crying to his daddy cause he turned and I was gone, I still might run in silence, tear the joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind, but not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind, gentle on my mind.
Today, more than ever, my philosophy of life is very simple. A humble, quiet faith and trust in God. He's been so faithful to Randy and me as we've gone through times of sickness, sorrow, tragedy, pain, and trouble. God can rescue us from our troubles if he chooses, or he can sustain us in the midst of them. My ardent prayer is to be used of God, to help be a blessing to someone each day, to be a mirror of his love. I believe that God has a plan for every life, and that there is no safer place to be than in the center of the will of God. What a joy to know that we are his children, and we live within his constant care. Thank you for sharing this hour with me and my family, and may God bless you and your family.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Choose to be happy.